What's up, YouTubers? Hardworker12 with you here today. And today I'm at Jaguar Land Rover Anaheim Hills with a beautiful F-Type First Edition Coupe. Now this is a 2021 F-Type, and the First Edition is meant to commemorate the new styling updates that Jaguar has applied to the 2021 F-Type model. So today I'm going to show you the new styling features of the 2021 F-Type. I'm going to show you what makes the First Edition special, and we're going to get it out on the road and drive it. So let's get started with the styling. So the first styling update of note is right up front with the new clamshell hood design. What is a clamshell hood? Well, let me show you. There she is. Now the F-Types have had a clamshell hood before, but the new 2021 model is a little bit of a revised design, new sheet metal, and in my eyes it looks fantastic. Now the next styling update would be the new slimmer headlights at the front end. You still have LED running lights, LED headlights, but they have a new slimmer, sleeker design. Now I do think that these look very good, although I must admit they're not quite as distinctive as the old F-Type design headlights, but still a very, very handsome design. Now of course, if you're going to redesign the front headlights, you're going to have to do the tail lights as well, and Jaguar has done that. They have added what they call the chicane design to the rear LED tail lights, and what the chicane design is down at the bottom of the tail light in the back. It goes through essentially what a chicane would look like on a racetrack. That's a little kink they put in to slow cars down on the main straight. And that is a nice touch and a nod to Jaguar's racing heritage. Now, if we move on to the interior of the new 2021 F-Type, we do have an all-new 12.3-inch digital gauge display replacing the old analog gauges. Certainly brings a more modern look and feel to the cabin, and it's a nice addition to what is already an extremely nice interior. Now, let's talk about what makes the First Edition F-Type special. Okay, so the F-Type First Edition is about $11,000 more than a base model F-Type. But let's talk about what you get. The first feature would be switchable active sports exhaust, which is a button right here in the center console that changes how the exhaust sounds. Let's give that a listen. You also get these beautiful 20-inch style 5102 5-spoke gloss technical gray wheels with contrast diamond turned finish. You have a limited edition interior with Windsor leather performance seats finished in Mars red on this particular car. You have the First Edition aluminum instrument panel finisher. You have the leather steering wheel with aluminum spokes. You have the aluminum gear shift paddles and the First Edition aluminum tread plates. Is all of that worth $11,000 to you? Well, that's your decision to make. But now, let's get this car on the road and drive it. All right, so driving the F-Type First Edition. What I've always loved about the Jaguar F-Type is that it's a sports car and it doesn't make any apologies about that. Now, this may very well factor into your buying decision because it doesn't have the smoothest ride in the world. However, as far as sports cars go, it's not bad. I'm in the regular mode right now, just cruising down the street at a normal speed, and the ride's actually pretty smooth. If I flip it into the dynamic mode, it firms up a little bit. The dynamic mode changes the suspension response, it changes the exhaust, it activates the sport exhaust, and it makes the steering a little bit sharper, and you definitely feel the road a little bit more. But that's one of the nice things about this car, is when you have those different modes, you can kind of tailor it to whatever mood you're on. If you're on a really good road, you want to drive it hard, you can put it in the dynamic mode and really feel the road. But if you're just cruising, if you're using this as your daily driver, you can just leave it in normal mode and it's very comfortable and very nice. But keep in mind, it is a sports car. Now I'm 6'5", And I would say that I fit in this car, but I'm on the outer limits of who would fit in this car. You don't have a whole lot of room in the cabin. It's 2 seats only. They don't bother putting the fake back seats in there that you would get in like a Porsche 911 because they're essentially useless anyway. We have auto start stop. My engine has shut off at a stoplight. Cargo room is limited, but it's a beautiful car. The exterior styling is absolutely gorgeous on the F-Type. I think that the 2021 is an improvement. It just looks a little more modern and a little bit cleaner and sleeker. The old one might have been a little bit more unique, but this one looks fantastic still. You can't go wrong with a Jag in the looks department. Let's just be serious about that. And it is a nice car to drive. I love sports cars. I like sporty cars. I like being low to the ground. I like a car that handles well. So this is a car that's right up my alley. I just think it's fantastic. If you're not into sports cars, you're not gonna love an F-Type, but there's no mistaking an F-Type for what it is. If you look at it, you can clearly tell it's a sports car, so it's not lying to you. Wreck there. This is just a really nice car to drive. A little bit of a twisty road here, not too crazy, kind of bumpy, but the suspension's handling it pretty well. You do feel the road, but the steering is so sharp and so precise. If you like that kind of exact feel on a car, but you don't want something so hardcore like a Porsche GT3 that's going to beat you up, an F-Type is really a great choice. I'm not driving this car crazy. This is a brand new car that the people at Jaguar Land Rover Anaheim Hills were nice enough to let me drive. So I'm keeping my RPMs under 4,500 in respect of the eventual owner of this vehicle. But man, it's been a while since I've driven one of these, and it's only gotten better over the years. They have tweaked certain things about the car since it first came out to make it, keep it up to date. And this is actually the first one that I've driven with the 4-cylinder engine. This is the Ingenium engine that Jaguar Land Rover designed in-house. 296 horsepower in this application. A little bit down on power compared to the V6 and the V8 F-Types that I've driven in the past, but enough power. I mean, 296 horsepower is plenty to have fun with on the road. It's not a race car, but it is a fun car. Now we get to do a little loop-de-loop back onto the freeway. Oh yeah. That just feels phenomenal. Speeds, I'm going about 65 miles an hour at the moment. Of course, Southern California freeways are not the smoothest in the world, but still a nice ride, feels good. I'm just locked in the lane. Just the slightest twitch of the steering wheel and it does exactly what you want it to do. Just a fantastic feeling car to drive if you want to feel connected to the road, but not necessarily beat up. Really can't say enough good things about how the F-Type drives. This is what a sports car should feel like. It's not a race car, it's not a supercar, it's a sports car. This is a car you could use as a daily driver. You could be comfortable taking it to work, doing your errands, as long as you didn't need more than one other person in the car and you didn't need a whole bunch of cargo space. But you would enjoy driving it, and it would put a smile on your face every time you got in the car. And if you had a first edition, hey, you got the first of the new 2021s with the new updates and styling on it. Your smile might be just a little bit bigger. So that is my review of the 2021 Jaguar F-Type First Edition. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Big thanks to Jaguar Land Rover Anaheim Hills for letting me review this beautiful car. If you are looking for a Jag or a Rover in Southern California, I put a link to their website in the description. Check them out. Please like and subscribe. I'll love you forever, probably. And have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.